How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Street Fighter vlog. Not sure if there's ever been a Street Fighter vlog, but basically in this vlog I'll be talking about all things Street Fighter related. I do enjoy this game a lot. It's brought me a lot of joy, especially in the recent times when you're stuck at home most of the time. So being able to immerse myself in this game and enjoy the process of learning new characters, learning matchups, certainly helped me find some peace in solitude. So let's talk a bit about the Balrog matchup. Balrog, definitely not an easy character to play against. I think which is the same for most charge characters like Bison and Gal. Most of the time when you're playing against these charge characters, you're kind of forced to play their game, and you can't really just you have to respect a lot of their moves, right? So for Balrog, of course, without a doubt, the move that you really need to watch out for is his dash punch, right? So his dash punch is -4 on block, and I think it's very crucial to take note of the range at which you block it at, because you can block it point blank, which means that you can punish it, obviously with a 4-frame move. In most cases should be some light attack, right? But depending on the distance where you block the dash punch, it might change your answer to it once you block it, right? So obviously, before you even think about what you want to press after the dash punch, you want to be sure that you are aware of when Balrog has charge, so that you know that he can dash punch. So that's the first thing that you have to sort of take note of. But after that, after you block the dash punch, depending on the distance in which you block it at, for example, if you block it up close, maybe not in the range of to actually punish it, right? But maybe you're in the range of doing a walk-up throw, right? And in those instances, you can probably go for you can try to go for a shimmy, right? You can fake walk-up throw and then walk back and try to shimmy the tech. Or you can go for a slower startup move, like a heavy kick or heavy punch, right? To try to catch the Balrog, doing some delay tech, right? So that's one thing that I sort of applied to my own game, depending on where I block the dash punch. So in this, we'll use this game as an example. So you can see just right there, I used the heavy punch to catch his down medium punch, right? Because I know I wasn't in range to punish it, but I can still use my heavy punch to sort of take your turn back. So of course, at that range, if I just went for some light attack, it wouldn't reach him, and I would probably get hit by his crouch medium punch, right? So you have to be really aware of the range at which you block the dash punch at. So you can see now he's actually back dashing after the dash punch. And of course, if you're good at gauging the distance, you can also whiff punish the dash punch. And another good pointer that someone from Singapore, one of the best players in Singapore, shared with me before was that his name is Oswald. He said to me I was having trouble with the turnaround punch, the overhead, and basically he told me you don't have to guess high or low. All you have to do is, whenever you see Balrog do the spin before his overhead, just jab him out of it, right? and that's what I've been doing in my games, and it's helped me deal with the turnaround punch, because you can actually jab him out the turnaround punch. As soon as you see him spinning, you press jab. But if you don't see him spinning, of course you don't want to press jab, because it might be a dash punch, right? So yeah, you can see like I'm just like trying to control the space at which I block the dash punch, and just trying to look out for when he does have charge. So you can see like I noticed he had charge over there and did a neutral jump to, you know, punish the dash punch, which actually works sometimes. But try not to be too predictable with that, because the good Balrogs can time their dash punch so they hit you on your way down. So yeah, it's going to be like a, you have to sort of like really, you can't really go like, you really have to give it respect, right? You can't walk forward on him when he has charge, or you can't throw fireballs on him when he has charge, because you're gonna eat the dash punch. So yeah, I think I'm going for some whiff punish here, and of course his V skill 1 goes through fireballs, so be mindful of throwing fireballs when he's near you, because he can go through. So yeah, over there, just nice little whiff punish. It's very whiff punishable with the dash punch. It's not hard to do. Yeah. Alright, so moving on to the next match, which is against Bison. And this matchup as Rose feels terrible. One thing, you can't throw fireballs at Bison, right? Because he's just gonna throw it back at you. So you're gonna see me like really just look at, I'm not even throwing fireballs, I'm just playing very lame, you know, just waiting for an opening to try to land some damage on him. There's really not much you can do against Bison as Rose. So obviously the moves that you're gonna have to respect are his overhand punch, that overhand heavy punch. It leaves him plus, so you can't press buttons after that. But depending on the spacing with which he hits you with the forward heavy punch, depending on how far you are away from him, similar to the dash punch, you might be able to backdash after. If he hits you with a tip, you can just try to backdash away to safety. Of course, good Bisons will know this if you're doing it too much, and they might chase you down with like an EX scissors, or maybe even a slide, right? But you have to give it respect, and you can't really, like, I think initially when I was fighting Bison, I used to have a lot of trouble fighting against Bison, because it's just not like, a lot of times you really have to just block, you know, you really have to just block and wait. There's really nothing you can do against him. Like, he has a lot of strings that is very safe, and if you try to press anything, you're just gonna get hit by stuff. So you can see, like, look, he's like freaking taunting me to come at him, you know, because I'm literally just waiting for him to come. There's really not much you can do, especially if you're like playing Rose or like Ryu, this kind of characters. You have to play, like, you have to let him come to you, or like just try to find an opening. Usually when I like to go in, okay, one thing Bison is very weak to is jump ins, right? Because he doesn't have other than he doesn't have a very good anti-air. His I think his crouch heavy punch is one of his main anti-airs, which is like, it has very slow startup, and also I think his he'll do this air-to-air thing as his anti-air. So definitely try to mix in some jumps, especially when you're in close range, like in the range in which you can do a cross-up attack at him, because he has trouble anti-airing those. And of course, after the scissors kick, he's minus, so be sure to take your turn back. I noticed one thing a lot of Bisons like to do is if they catch you with the tip of the scissors, then they'll go for like a stand medium kick. It's sort of like a spacing trap where if you try to press like a light attack, you'll get hit by, even though it's minus, you'll get hit by his stand medium kick. So also take note of where you block, you know, the distance in which you block the moves are very important to take note of. So you can see like this guy is like freaking taunting me to come at him. Like, dude, what do you want me to do, man? I'm freaking playing Rose, you know? So of course he doesn't have any invincible reversals, so whenever you get a chance to pressure him offensively, be sure to go for you know, be sure to pressure him. Like, don't respect his wake up at all unless he has like some super or something, right? But yeah, definitely you're gonna have to, and depending on the V trigger that he's using, I think the superior one, the one that gives me more trouble is obviously I think it's his V trigger 2, the one where he has the grab. So that one is very scary once he has it. So if you have an invincible DP, don't be afraid to just throw that out there sometimes. I notice Bisons get hit by it a lot, especially after, when it's a good time to do it is when usually when he does his EX scissor kick, he's plus. So if you really need to like get him off you after you block the EX scissors kick, it's a good time to sort of go for the TP. Of course, don't do it too much. And also after his overhand punch, the heavy punch, the one that goes over his head, it's a good time to also just throw in a DP every now and then. But it should be safe for like really, like when you really need it, you know. Just don't always like just keep doing it, because it's a very high risk kind of thing. And also be very careful of, yeah, like I said earlier, like be very careful of pressing buttons after you block his moves that gives him frame advantage. And yeah, so let's just try to enjoy the match. I think it's about to come to an end. And yeah, so the dash one also, I notice I get hit by it a lot. Basically, when he activates his V trigger one, the reason why I get hit by it a lot is because I will see him dash, and then I'll input the. It's just a bad habit to try to tech a grab, and then I'll get hit by his follow-up attacks, right? So whenever you see him activate V trigger one, just focus on trying to block. If he, yeah, just focus on trying to block if he starts dashing around. So you can see, like, after the scissors kick, I'm using the heavy punch to catch him pressing buttons, which is actually, it's paying off in this match. And so similar to the previous one, like previous match in the Balrog one, where sometimes like it's a good idea to go for a slower startup move, like a heavy kick or something to catch them pressing like delay buttons, you know. So over here, very frantic situation. We're both like trying to try to find an opening, and like over there, like it's just so lame, right? Like I take the grab, he whipped the grab, and he still managed to punish me. But what can you do?